about that. They know that this level cap probably isn't going to work for their game because people are going to bitch about it, those kind of things. And yet, many times I find that the gamers are far more, I'm just going to be honest, I find that a lot of gamers are far more invested, interested, and understanding than many people who cover the games. And what I mean by understanding is they know more. And it might be because reviewers get busy. I certainly do. Where maybe I don't have enough time to research, but I do, because that's my major thing is researching games. So, but I mean, some people just may not have that. And I think it's important that a reviewer is able to talk about, for example, a great title that unrolls in the middle and later half, and certainly has an interesting starting half or starting section is State of Decay. So State of Decay is what, if you saw State of Decay, most people go, oh, that's a zombie game. But it's weird, because if you go to forums and somebody says, is State of Decay good, you consistently see almost no negative feedback except for the technical, which there are some issues with the engine. And it's odd, because that does not, I mean, we've even talked about it on some of the major forums, where it's like, it is so strange that some of these games, including State of Decay, has this. Well, one of the things about State of Decay is, in the first fourth, I was playing that game going, it wasn't like, oh, it was like, what is it? I don't really understand what's going on. And then it was a fucking magic box that exploded in front of me. It was one of those games where shit started happening. You're like, no, wait a minute. What? Like, I can do this, I can do that. And nobody told me about those things. And there were reviewers who never got to those points, because they never mentioned.
Because they're only scratching the surface, aren't they?
Yeah,
that's the problem.
right.
If you don't sink the hook further, how are you going to find?
And how can you request it?
Systems and stuff.
It's unacceptable to request it from your creator. It's unacceptable to request it from your creator if you are not going to try to imbibe it and then review it. And it's one of those situations where it's sad to me, because I don't exactly know how to fix that. I get a little bit perturbed when I see a lot of political channels who want to talk about stuff in games. It's very important. It's very important. I think that stuff's great. They call a game review, and then you find out that there's nothing in that game review that's actually reviewing the game. They're reviewing one little aspect of the game, like how it handles one particular part of a political situation or whatever, and you're like, that's not a fucking that, and it ultimately can lead somebody to